Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. It's your boy Troy, and welcome to Rise and Shine. All right guys, so today I'm going to be taking you through a quick workout to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, get you ready to start your day. All right guys, so we're going to get straight into it. So what I want to do is to get into a state of what I call active rest. All right guys, so we're getting warmed up, right? Lift those knees, move those hands, we're getting warmed up, all right? Get that blood flowing, get your heart pumping. All right, guys? All right. So follow me as we go along. All right. So this workout is focused on your midsection for those of you who want to get your midsection in shape. All right, guys, while you get a little bit of, cardio movements, aerobic movements going as well. All right, guys? So follow me as we go along. Just a quick workout that anybody can follow. All right. So we're getting warmed up. Woo. Lift those knees, move those hands. All right, guys, you guys ready? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nice and easy, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, we switch. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to do some rush standing, Russian twist, slide bend, don't go too low, slide bend on the knees, hands on the temple, and a twist from left to right or right to left, right, whichever you choose. Ready guys? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Good job, guys. If you are following, so this workout, it really targets your midsection, all right, your obliques, or as some people refer to it as your muffin top. All right, guys. So it focuses on this area and your abdominal section as well. All right, guys. So we're back into a state of active rest. Lift those knees, move those hands. All right, guys, so we're getting ready for the second set. All right, ready, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. 1, 2, lift the knee. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo, good job, guys. Next side, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Good job, guys. If you are following, third exercise in that second set. Let's go. Slide bend on the knees, right? Or stay upright, and a twist, right, left to right, or right to left. Ready, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Good job, guys, if you are following. And now we're going back into a state of active rest. All right, guys, lift those knees, move those hands. All right, we're trying to burn as much calories as possible. We're trying to get a nice sweat going. All right, get that heart pumping, get that blood flowing. All right, guys. Good job, guys, if you are following. All right. Woo. So we're getting into the third and final set for today's routine. All right, guys. You guys ready? Third and final set. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Good job, guys. Next side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, guys. 1, 2, lift those knees. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Good job, guys. Final exercise in the final set. All right. Slide bend on the knees. You stay upright. You twist from left to right or right to left. All right. Ready, guys? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Good job, guys. If you are following, just a quick workout, all right, guys, to get your heart pumping, get your blood flowing, all right, get you ready to start your day, guys. All right, and remember to stay hydrated. Make sure that you're drinking water. As a matter of fact, make water your #1 beverage. All right, guys, and remember to make healthy choices. Whatever you choose to eat, make healthy choices. Make sure it's something that is healthy for you and nutritious as well. All right, guys, so we're going to get into a quick warm down, right? So what I want you to do, stand with your legs shoulder width apart, and you push your hips forward and you lean back, woo, as far as you can go. Right, and you hold it, good job. And then you reach down as far as you can go. Feel the stretch in your legs. Woo! Hold it, woo! Good job, guys. All right, then I want you to step forward, interlock your fingers, you reach up. Get a nice little stretch in the arms. Right, hold it. Woo! Good job. All right, next leg. Interlock your fingers. Stretch up. Get that stretch going. Right. Good job, guys. If you are following, and I hope that this quick workout session was beneficial to you guys. And remember, like I said, all right, keep drinking your water, stay hydrated, make healthy choices. Thanks again for joining us again, guys. See you again next time.
I'm Tony Julian with the details. 5 persons were hurt in a 3-car vehicular accident in Westerhall, St. David between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning. The traffic department reported that they are also investigating 2 other incidents involving public transport after 2 buses burned on Wednesday morning. Tonya St. Louis Lawrence begins this evening's news coverage with that story.
A police vehicle that ran off the road is among the list of accidents being investigated by the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force. Officers responded to several accidents Wednesday morning, with one of the 3 recorded in Westerhall, St. David, resulting in 5 occupants nursing injuries and 1 remaining in hospital. Officer attached to the Traffic Department, Constable Troy Paul, updated our news team on these accidents.
Firstly, we had a serious accident, which at 6:30 this morning, which resulted in one of the vehicles being overturned. And as a result of that accident, 5 persons were injured and was taken to seek medical attention. However, we are certain that 1 person is still warded at the general hospitals, nursing wounds from injuries as a result of that accident. However, also we had 2 minor accidents within the said Wester Hall area.
The traffic department is also investigating an accident involving a police vehicle.
Officers responded to the scene, and that those matters are still under investigation. We note that also we had an accident in the Mabuya, along the Mabuya public road, which we saw circulated on social media with one of our police vehicles. That vehicle ran off the road. They were responding to the scene of a vehicle that was engulfed with fire along the Palmis area. As a result, the driver of the police vehicle sustained minor injuries, and also that accident is minor in nature and is still under investigation as well.
While the cause of the accidents remains inconclusive, Constable Paul urges drivers to be cautious on the road.
From the traffic department, what we want to employ to drivers is to be cautious along the nation's road. Too many times we see a number of accidents occurring, and it is as a result of the inactions of drivers. Some being speeding, improper overtaking, recklessness along our roads, and we want drivers to cease and desist from those actions, because those are the actions that cause major accidents along our road, even fatalities and serious injuries. Because 1 person can be going on their merry way and an accident occur and a fatality can occur. So please drive within the speed limit. Make sure that you maintain your vehicles properly so that we wouldn't have vehicle malfunctions along the road. 2
bus drivers are also counting their losses as their buses went up in flames, one in Tivoli St. Andrew and another on the western side of the island. For the MTV Evening News, I am Tonya St. Louis Lawrence.
Unsanitary restroom conditions at the St. George's Market have prompted vendors to call for assistance to correct the vexing situation. According to the vendors, they have been calling for a new restroom for years, but their cries have gone unanswered.
As a market vendor who are wrong over 43 years selling in the market, the condition of the toilet is not nice at all, because, for example, like today, we have boat and the visitors and them go want to use the washroom. Just maybe about a couple months, the men and them come and fix the toilet, like change some of the seat and put the covers and things. And to see the condition right now is not nice.
That was a vendor in the town of St. George, speaking of the poor toilet facilities in the St. George's Market. For years, as she says, the toilet facilities have been in a bad working condition, making it difficult for vendors and the public to use. According to the vendor, tourists normally buy produce in the market. However, they can't use the toilet because of its condition.
The toilet is not cleaning. You have no people to clean the toilet. Then, like 2 days I go in the toilet, and what I see in the toilet I had was to move. For example, we need people to clean the place, clean the whole entire market. I mean, come on. People coming in, visitors coming in. Right now, nobody cares about nobody. They need people in the place to clean the place. And they need vendors to come down to the market. The building finished. We need vendors in the market. It's not every time people walking on the sidewalk and they cannot walk on the sidewalk owing to the umbrella.
She says vendors and the public pay a sum of 50 cents to use the toilet and believes the money they paid should be used to maintain sanitary conditions.
I mean, I don't know, because I guess as much. I don't know if it's the government way they do the toilet day. But apparently they just buy the toilet paper and put back inside it. Disinfect to clean the toilet, but the toilet need better people to take better care of the toilet. Because it's not only me and you as citizens in the country that using the toilet, but you have visitors coming in. I mean, for example, look at the mall. Look at the mall. Take a good look at the mall. You're going inside the toilet there, and you could sit down inside the toilet and eat something. Look at the one on the terminal. You could sit down inside there and eat food. But, I mean, come on. Inside here, not nice at all. And I hope who in authority, like the government, is listening.
The Spice Mass Corporation's Chief Executive Officer, or CEO, has resigned. According to information reaching our news desk, Kelvin Jacob submitted his letter of resignation on Monday, the 23rd of January, to the relevant personnel, which took effect immediately. On the 1st of February 2019, Jacob formally started his employment. Jacob was one of 11 candidates interviewed by a panel made up of members of the Spice Mass Corporation Board of Directors, guided by a score sheet created by the Department of Public Administration. Jacob went into the position with more than 30 years of experience as an educator, holding a master's degree in carnival arts from the University of Trinidad and Tobago and a bachelor's degree in business administration and education. Jacob's resignation has not been officially announced by the appropriate authorities as of news time, but our news desk will keep an eye on this development. Over to the Sister Isle, where 9 Calypsonians and soca artists are listed to compete with the hope of dethroning defending monarch Zarina Biddo, Lady B, and Matthew Thomas, Mr. Golden, respectively, in the Calypso and Groovy competitions for Kayak Mass 2023. The artists were highlighted last weekend at the Hillsborough Tennis Court, and here are some of those highlights from both semi-finals.
I wake up one morning and get to the sea, and I watch the time, it got a past 3. That is how I make a living, like going out and fishing, but tell my story, outside the ocean. I just want to have a woman, I don't know what you start to buy to this soca, the place not over, party lover, I come to party, free up my body, I come to party, to wind up.
I don't want to say it's my fault. If I'm with you, I don't want to take control. I don't know what to do, 'cause I'm so lost in your love. I can't get enough of your love in all the charms.
That I was ready to put that ring. You treat me so bad, you treat me so hard. I go through a piece of stress and they end up like that. Just why you do that, girl? Why you do that?
I'll do it better.
You know sometimes mates just do it better, right?
Do it better.
Yeah. You know I'll do it better.
Oh yes,
I'll do it better.
Yeah, macho, look how they're growing fast. Look how they're growing up fast. Like they want to get big before their time to put their assets on show. Cause when little girls dressing like adults and parents think that they're growing fast. Look how they're growing up fast. So we have to put them down before they crash. Who's pretty ganja? What good for the black and social? I am the pride of victim. Whoa, victim. Union leaders in bed with qualifications.
showed us that he could. 2 terms in office, 2 terms in office. So what you try something and you failed, and some people laugh at you. You grab a mic to sing a song, you bust and you get a
Johnson Richardson, president of the St. Mark's Cricket Council, expresses dissatisfaction with the Ministry of Sport's efforts to secure concessions for nearly $10,000 worth of cricket equipment at the Cheswick Cricket Club, a base in the United Kingdom, sent to the St. Mark's Cricket Council for use in their youth cricket development program. Nikita Hostin has more.
We certainly had one of the most embarrassing situations in all my years. All right. I came from St. Mark's. We recently launched a cricket development program for young people. All right. That was made possible with the help of a cricket club in London. All right. Now they promised to send some cricket gear first, and they did. All right. And we approached the Ministry of Sports for some concession, because we believe that it was for development that is still, and so we approached the ministry and we're given certain guidance. Yes, follow those guidance and so on. In fact, as I speak now, I'm still waiting on the approval of that concession.
That was President of the St. Mark's Cricket Council, Johnson Richardson. He says they approached the Ministry of Sports through the then permanent secretary requesting the concession. However, no response was given. Members of the UK club had to travel to Grenada to clear the gears themselves, having to pay all the necessary port charges.
Right? Well, the cricket gear is now being used by the young people. Right? In fact, almost 2 months after we asked for that concession, one of the member of that team had to come from London to go to the port himself and clear the equipment and pay the cost of $700 at the port because the concession wasn't approved. Right? So I don't want the Ministry of Sports to give me some guidance relative to how this process works.
During a recent post-cabinet briefing, Johnson sought answers from government officials on how the process works. Permanent Secretary Mike Sylvester in the Ministry of Finance explained the process in seeking concessions for sports.
There is a concession desk at the Ministry of Finance, and so we are the office that basically administer all the administrative matters dealing with concessions. The concessions that are granted are guided by legislation in many respects. So there is the conditional duty exemptions that provide for the concessions that are granted. They would go to the Ministry of Sports. Ministry of Sports would write Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance will review based on the context of the law, and then of course write the person granting the concession or indicating that the concession was granted. Obviously, I mean, in terms of the mail that we get every day, or the emails, 90% of everything that we get on a daily basis through the Ministry of Finance relates to concessions. So it's quite a bit, and I don't know if in this particular case something was missed, because I don't recall off my head at this particular stage. But in a general sense, that is the process.
Nikita Hostin, MTV News.
Students from one all-girls secondary school in St. George celebrated their anniversary with a church service on Wednesday, an institution that has been in existence for over a century and is quickly approaching 150 years of existence here in Grenada. We hear more from Troy Gill.
The St. Joseph Convent St. George celebrated its 148th anniversary with a Mass at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception in St. George on Wednesday. Principal at the school is Jill Vivek Filbert.
January 25th, 1875, St. Joseph's Convent was started. And even though it's not a milestone anniversary, over the last couple of years we've started having our celebration of Holy Eucharist on the 25th of January, so that the day doesn't pass unnoticed. So today being that day, this Mass is, yes, for the start of the school year, yes, for the start of the new year, and also a celebration of our 148th anniversary.
She highlighted how the school was established and the principles it was founded on.
The mother foundress of that congregation, Blessed Anne-Marie Javoué, saw the vision to educate young women, and so started the congregation of Sisters of St. Joseph of Cluny. And here we are, 148 years later, because of that vision and that dedication to service and educating young women, we have our school, a school that was built on a tradition of excellence and also of service, commitment, and moral values.
During the pandemic, they were unable to celebrate previous events and activities in the usual way and are pleased that things are back to normal and students are able to congregate once more.
During the pandemic, we were able to have celebrations, but not like this. So when we had a rotation, when we had students in school, we had mass for those students, and we also streamed live, so the students who were at home were able to join us. So during that period, we tried to use the technology that was available, the various platforms, to still keep connected. So for example, we had Monday assemblies online. So the students who were here would listen via our intercom system, and the students who were home would join us online. So we still try to hold things together to maintain that togetherness, as well as to maintain all the traditions that we were known for.
In October last year, the school lost its former principal, Sister Gabrielle Mason, and celebrated her life as an educator and a nun for many decades in Grenada and across the Caribbean under the missionary congregation of the Sisters of St. Joseph's of Cluny. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
The Perfumer's Garden is one of the highlights that will be featured in the Scents of Grenada Festival, hosted by the Tower Estate in St. Paul's this weekend. And one perfumer based in the US says that there's a viable perfuming industry looming here in Grenada, given its native flowers and local spices. As we hear now from Troy Gill.
The Tower Estate in St. Paul's will be hosting the Scents of Grenada Festival No. 3, the Perfumer's Garden, from the 27th to the 29th of January, and will feature the development of the Perfumer's Garden and the likes of a perfumer who will demonstrate the process along with his products that will be on display. Perfumer based in New York and owner of Perfume House Euphoria is Stephen Dirk.
I'm coming from New York, from Brooklyn, New York, and I work in the perfume worlds in Milano and in New York. And there's so many professional perfumers and people involved in that industry who have never had the opportunity to stand under any ylang-ylang tree and pluck all these flowers that are falling and around everywhere. So there's two things that I think are really exciting. Perfume professionals in Europe and America, bringing them here to see the beautiful flora that Grenadians are growing and developing and cultivating. And then maybe it's the first time in their life. And the flip, to take the basic science and technology of perfume and for me to be able to introduce that to people.
Owner of the Tower Estate is Isabel Slinger.
The Tower Estate is extremely pleased and proud to be presenting the Scents of Grenada event. This is the 3rd edition, and it's focused a bit more on introducing the scent garden that we've just put into the ground to be developing for the next events. And it's focusing on plants that smell, that are indigenous to Grenada or not, but enabling us to enjoy not only the bouquet of the flowers, but also the bouquet of scent.
She also highlighted the events that will be hosted over the festival weekend.
Our first item is on Friday, so we have culinary safaris, where it goes from 10 until 2, and that's the opportunity to go and explore, pick your food, learn it from the plant, to actually cooking it and then enjoying the meal. On Friday evening, something a lot of fun. It's going to be rum and cocktails. People can come here and they can have a rum and scent pairing, as well as enjoying canopies that go with it. On the Saturday morning, we're having a special section for the plants, people interested in plants, people interested in propagation, people selling plants will be here. Talks on vetiver, talks on how you work with the distillation will be done. So we have that from 9:30 until 1. And then on Sunday, we have an action-packed day as well. We actually have a marketplace from 11 to 4, and then from 4 to 7, we have a tea and scent and spicing pairing.
For MTV News,
Troy Gill.
Minister of Social Development Philip Telesford announced an initiative that is aimed to revive community-based groups and organizations so they can become active and embark on community-driven initiatives in the new year. According to Minister Telesford, 15 individuals were engaged.
We have recruited, under community development, we have recruited 15 community development officers who will serve at the constituency level and be the linkage between the communities and government. We expect all of the constituencies to activate community groups and all other groups desirous of building strong communities. This would be the contact that we would use to administer our community-based development programs.
They have also noticed an increase in various community-based groups and organizations, and efforts will therefore be made to engage the same. Minister Telesford said even as they plan to roll out various community initiatives in the new year.
We will be rolling out a series of activities. We are still in the planning process, still crystallizing the plans for the actual activities to be held in the various communities. So we continue. As a matter of fact, it's on the 16th of January. That was the first day of engagement of the community liaison officers, or community development officers.
Minister Telesford said the community development officers are currently in the orientation phase and will engage the various communities for competition. Roxanne Benjamin, a health promotion officer in the Ministry of Health, discusses stress management and the effects that stress, as well as stressful situations and places, can have on one's physical health. And that's in today's Health Wise.
Where stress is concerned, it can affect somebody physically, so they will experience physical symptoms, and that would include things like chest pain. They will have a continuous headache. So let's say you're not someone who suffers from migraine or have continuous tension headache, but you notice that all of a sudden you just start having that headache that just doesn't go away. Whether you sleep, you wake, you take medication, it may be an indication that is stress. It could also be a case of another underlying condition. So once that is happening, you would want to get it checked. Right? There may even be a case of experiencing diarrhea or constipation. You may even experience high blood pressure, and one of the reasons for that is because when your body experiences stress, the signs that it goes through, the steps that it goes through, at some point in time you will notice that your heart starts racing, and so it's like you're trying to give the body enough blood. Now, if that happens continuously, it therefore means that the person would eventually start experiencing high blood pressure levels. It's also a case where you would notice that you have difficulty falling asleep and staying asleep. So even if the person falls asleep, eventually they may wake up, and when they wake up, because that thought or that stressful situation is constantly on their mind, it will be difficult for them to fall asleep. So that's how it can affect you physically. Now, in terms of, it can also affect how you behave. So you would notice that persons who are stressed or experiencing some level of stress, they tend to eat a lot or eat little. And most times when persons are stressed and they eat a lot, they don't eat healthy foods. They tend to eat a lot of fatty, sugary and salty foods. And that's because those foods sort of rewards the brain. It gives you like a good feeling. So you might eat a chocolate, you feel good, and then you start eating, you want to eat another one because you like the feeling that you got at first. It's also a case where persons start misusing drug and alcohol. And that's why one of the cases where persons become addicted. So someone might be saying, okay, I feel stressed. Let me go and take they might start with a beer. They feel good. By the time they finish with that beer, they might be like, whoa, like I felt so good. They might have another beer, and eventually that beer no longer satisfies the feeling, and so they move from a beer probably to a shot. right? That is another way they might behave. Now, in terms of, it could also affect how you feel. So you might notice that you're sad, you don't want to be in company of anybody else, you find yourself crying often. These are just some signs and symptoms of how stress can affect persons.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine. Today it is Thursday, the 26th day of January 2023. I am your host, Jocelyn Crosby. It is a pleasure to be here with you. It is another morning for us to share so much information with you and also to give you that positive start to your day. It is our final program for the week because we know we're here with you on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And then it takes us into another week, which will also take us to the end of the first month of the year 2023. We get into that very special month, February, the second month in the year, and we're also gearing up for independence celebrations. So it is expected to be a morning where we will be observing a lot, or rather speaking about a number of things that will be happening in the month of February. So we know that February is Black History Month, and it's also our nation's independence. So this morning we will be speaking to a representative from the Rastafari Organization of Centralization, Black History Month, and their activities they have planned. And of course, independence, Grenada's independence, 7th February, we celebrate 49 years as a nation, as an independent nation, that is. And this morning we will be having two representatives speaking about the Made in Grenada Expo. So it is expected to be another informative morning here on Rise and Shine, and we say thank you so much for joining us wherever you are, in the diaspora, at home, at work, listening to us, maybe on the road. We do appreciate that time. So, but first up, before we do anything else, we share this morning's weather report with you. So let's go over to the Met Office. Good morning. Good morning. I do believe we seem to have a challenge here for the weather report. So we are in the dry season, or supposed to be in the dry season. We are getting mixed conditions. We are not complaining. We have been getting rain at nights, sometimes during the day also. A bit overcast days. As I said, our farmers, I'm sure, are not complaining, but I know we are hoping to see some real sunshine soon, a lot of sunshine, so we can dry up the earth. We have had quite a challenge at the end of last year. No sorrel, or rather little sorrel, little green peas, because the rain threw down all the blossoms, so much water. But as I said, we're not complaining. So we're just waiting to make that connection with the Met Office so that we can get today's weather focus. So let's go over now to the Met Office. They are online. Good morning. So we seem to be having quite a challenge this morning with our weather report. So let's just prepare for everything. I'm seeing the sun out a bit, so I guess that's a glimmer of hope. Let's go over now to taking our word of the day from our student of the morning, Yanis Alexis, a grade 5 student of the First Choice Junior School.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yanis Alexis, and I am a grade 5 student from First Choice Junior School. The word for today is siren, S-I-R-E-N. A siren is a device that makes a loud hooting or screaming sound, usually as a warning signal. Now I will use the word siren in a sentence. I was frightened when I heard the sound of the siren as the ambulance approached me.
Siren, an important word, and I know we heard a lot of it yesterday. We had quite an interesting day here in Grenada yesterday. So many accidents, too much. We had 2 buses burning, one on the west, one on the east, and then we still had a serious accident across in the Westerhall area. So it was quite an interesting day and busy day for our traffic department. I believe now we have our forecasters online again. So let's see if we can take in this morning's weather report. Good morning.
Good morning to you and to listeners of MTV. And here's what for today, Thursday the 26th January 2023. Currently it's partly cloudy, winds are from the northeast at 8 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1014.2, that's above normal and rising. Present temperature 24.1 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 80%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 29.6 degrees Celsius. Last night's alone 23.7 degrees Celsius. Only a trace of rainfall that was recorded over the past 24 hours. Hence, the total for the month remains at 107.4 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast bad for today and tonight. Today we expect some sunny clear to partly cloudy conditions and hazy with a low chance of brief isolated showers. Maximum temperature 29 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in open waters. Hence the marine advisory remains in effect. Tides will be high at 7:45 a.m. and low at 1:45 p.m. Sunset today at 6:07, rises tomorrow at 6:33. Just a repeat of the forecast, bad for today and tonight. Generally fair to partly cloudy and hazy with a low chance of brief isolated showers. Maximum temperature 29 degrees Celsius, and the marine advisory remains in effect. I'm Andre Charles, report for the Met Office. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andre. And that's our weather forecast for today. Remember, a marine advisory is in place. Mixed conditions again expected today. So let us please ensure that we prepare the little ones to go out and be safe. And not just the little ones, but also us adults, because I realize a number of people are coming down with the flu. Seem to be quite bad. So see how best you can protect yourself against that virus. It's time now for us to take in our emergency tip of the day. What should you do during an asthma attack? We have heard the stories of people losing their lives during an asthma attack. 1, stay calm. Sit up straight, avoid leaning down in a horizontal position. 2, use an inhaler. Take a puff of the inhaler every 60 seconds, up to 10 puffs. 3, call the ambulance. If there is no improvement after 10 puffs, call an ambulance. So you need to make that emergency call. 4, repeat. If the ambulance takes more than 15 minutes, repeat step 3. And step 3 was to call them again. Call them again. Your appointment. Make your symptoms improve and make an appointment with your general practitioner. So with your doctor, and that's important. Ensure that you always have a puff close by and know what you should do if that person around your family member or friend that you know suffers with asthma may have an asthma attack. Remember, when we prepare, we have a better chance of surviving whatever hazard it is that do affect us. So that's our emergency tip of the day. What we are going to do now is now 7:46 in the morning. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we should be speaking to Sister Motario from the Rastafari Organization of Centralization. She will be sharing with us and speaking to us about Black History Month activities, what's happening. Black History Month is observed from February 1 to the end of that month. So we'll be back shortly.
Citizens WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one pro.
Gifts of love with Trey. Bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
gifts of love with Trey.
Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. As we promised before we went on the break, this morning we are speaking with Sister Motario from the Rastafari Organization of Centralization. And this morning the conversation is on Black History Month. I think we also have Brother Ruan also on with us. I am seeing him also joining us. And the conversation, are you hearing me?
Yes,
You are.
You
Okay,
are.
wonderful. So we are having the conversation now. Good morning and welcome to the program. Welcome to this year's program. We know that we have had you on our program last year. Thank you so much for being back here with us. We do appreciate
Yeah.
your time.
You're most welcome.
All right. So it is Black History Month, or rather we're preparing for Black History Month as it is observed from February 1. February is the month that we observe Black History Month. Speak to us on the Rastafari community. What are the plans for that very important month from your end or your committee?
All right. We had planned some celebration because every Black History Month is a celebration time for an I. So yeah, like we don't do it on a Saturday, but this year we're looking at the Friday. We go have one event on a Saturday, but we're looking at the Friday to do our event. And in the events mostly is drumming, chanting, dancing, poet, you know. It's a whole combination package of all the history of Black History Month and who could come out and give a little lecture, you know. So it's like that we just always have it. And then we just, in that we have like a sale with ITAL. Everything is ITAL. And the whole thing about it is bring and buy.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Brother Ruan, I want to bring you into the conversation here. Black History Month is important to us as a people, as it defines us. I want you to speak to the importance, not just the importance, but how impactful our history have helped us in identifying who we are to determine how we move forward. And the importance of you doing that activity and how it helps in continuing to impact us positively as a people.
Earlier, glory to word, glory to song, and glory to the power of His Majesty, Emperor Selassie and Empress Menen. Yes, I give thanks to being part of this program this day. You know, I give thanks to Grenada Honor Lodge and the entire globe. We give thanks. Yeah, when it come to Black history, even here in Grenada, you know, we have to keep in mind that it's Black history that because of the pioneers of our forefathers like Morris Bishop and Eric Matrick even T. Mario Show, Father of Federation. They are the ones who shape the black consciousness coming out from all the way from Marcus Garvey coming down. They are the ones that uphold that mantle, and as Rastafari here ensure that that torch is still lit and to pass it on to generation. Because as Marcus Garvey say, people without knowledge of the origin, the culture, and the tradition is like a tree without roots. So being here, calling ourselves Grenadian and not knowing our forefathers' contribution to the liberation of black people through all the whole earth is like a tree without roots. So the impact that I are seeking to make from over the years, even now, and I want to make it much greater, that I people will know where the source of strength comes from, and the integrity and the dignity as a people and the identity as a people. It comes through that lineage of our forefathers that had went through everything to ensure that they preserve that history for an eye. So here in Grenada, I see it's very important that one should look through that black spectacles, because that's where the source of strength is. If they don't do that, they are still trapped within the colonialism and the neo-colonialism system. So I see all the events that we are putting together this year. It's to ensure to engage with the people of Grenada and the entire world to be mindful of who they are and where they are going from here. I do give thanks.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Brother Ruan. Sister Motari, I want to come back to you. You spoke there about the activities. You said that you usually have an activity on the Saturday. It involves drumming, the ITIL, so the food aspect, the cultural part of things is what we recognize is highlighted during those events. Do you have anything planned where we can tap or rather access our young people? Because as Brother Ruan spoke to, it is important that as a people we know where we came from, as it is the only way we'll be able to identify where we are going. Any activities maybe to involve children from TAMCC or so, or even our secondary schools in teaching our children of our history?
All right. Over the years, we used to visit TAMCC and lecture towards the Black History Month. But this time we didn't really have no school taking part, like to come and think. But the activity we have in is an open activity. So then anyone want to come in, they're free to come in and give whatever history they want on Black. They're free to come in and give it. But we didn't have like a particular school coming in, but over the years we used to go to TAMCC and have lecture with them, but we have it an open thing in St. George's. We have it an open movement, so anybody if they want to take a part, they're free, because it's history and it's Black history, so it's free for everybody. It's not only for Rasta, it's for black people, Black consciousness. Okay. So, and also Black History Month really started in 1915 from Dr. Carter G. Woodson. He was the founder of Black History Month, and it was 1 week, but now it became a month.
All right.
Can I interject?
Sure you can.
Yeah, just to strengthen what Mama Motaro is saying, even this year, I'm gonna be having a school feeding program like we always do. So when I go to the school, this is part of the Black history. So even within that space of time, I have the time to interact with the youths of the schools, and even to share part of that same interaction with the educational part of Black history, to pass on to the younger generation. And on the final day is going to be a fun day, and it's going to be involving the youths and family and everything. And this is the part where a lot of the educational part can be done as well, part of that funding. Give thanks.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's great. I think the plans are wonderful. But Arun, I want to come back to you. The Rastafari movement here in Grenada, yes, it's a religious group and beliefs and so should be respected. But we also see that it is a case where the movement can be seen sometimes as an ostracized group, somewhat isolated, because it involves heavy level of consciousness. But the young people who get themselves involved in the movement, we can tell they are very conscious. They understand history. They read a lot. The sense of reasoning is always a lot more comprehensive, one that you can see. So it is not a case where you take any sides. It's a very liberal movement, but not often seen like that. As now we are moving to a case where, because that of the hub, that is a critical part of the religion, government is now moving to the point where we may get to the point where it will be free to use here in Grenada as that process have begun. How do you think that will change how the Rastafari community is seen among our society?
Yes, I give thanks. Well, in relation of the question is that the consciousness of ones, it will alleviate them from ignorance. You know, as Marcus Garvey say, and I have to separate ourselves as far from ignorance as possible and drawing ourselves closer to education, to intelligence, to knowledge. And what happened over the years, the picture been paint of Rasta as an outcast, you know, and due to the fact because Rastafari and black people as a whole have stand against the colonized power, the monarchy of England that had introduced slavery and everything, and because of that, we are seen as ones who is against that ruling party, that ruling people, and because of that consciousness, they are painting such a picture that they had ostracized Rasta and black people for so many years and pushed them in the corner. And now the picture, it is changing, and even the cannabis, you know, is for so many years Rasta been defending that because, as I say, Anna is a sacred plant. It is God given. And for so many years, and I've been letting the world know the importance of marijuana. And religious system fight against it so much. And on the other hand, it was benefiting so much. And now that we are in an age of knowledge where everything is open, so the youth are at the touch of the finger, by the use of the finger, they can have all this knowledge within the hands. And they have a grip of it and know the importance of it. So going forward, and I will see that the younger generation, that they have a wider let's say of tolerance, you know, to be patient in everything that they're doing. So the knowledge that they are gaining, it makes it easy to socialize and to be a part of these great movements of Rasta. So and I see with this move, with the consciousness, because the cannabis is important for opening up your consciousness, allowing you to think and to meditate. You know, it will bring a clear view how they view Rastafari and the use of the cannabis going forward. So I see it in a great sense. It will be so great for the entire world because it is the healing of the nation. So I do give thanks and praise. Honor.
I think we could also accept too that while yes, it would open up consciousness, with it being now available to all and legal, some people would be concerned about the downside to it. So I guess now that the Rastafari community would also have an even bigger part to play, that of educating the public on that of responsible use. And how do you plan to do that? I know you already go to the schools. There are things that you do, but it means that the Rastafari community will have to step up in that of your appearance, what you say, how you say it, your activities, so that we can then educate the public on responsible use.
Yes, that's why and I are taking it on not an isolating approach, but on a broader approach, because I are part of the commission, the Cannabis Commission, okay. And with the consultation with all the schools and everything, this is the approach that we are taking, you know, to sensitize the people and do it in an educational form, because education is the key in everything that we do, you know. So it is a matter of edifying the public on cannabis. So once you are educated about it, you will make better decisions. You know, so going forward, working not on an isolated, like it's Rasta, is not only Rasta alone that is on that move of edifying the people to the consultation. It is on a let's say a nationwide input to ensure that the message is transcended in the right way. You know, give thanks.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Let's go over now to Sister Motario. Just remind us of the dates that these activities will be happening. We know that it will be in February, yes, but you did tell us that you will have the open activity. We know that you normally host an event out at the Bruce Street courtyard and other events. So if you have the dates, then you can tell us when they will be so that we can look out for you and also be a part of it.
Yeah. And before I say that, I just like to say that every year there is an international team for Black history. And this year the team is Black Resistance. You check? So, and I looking at the team as a very strong team, Black Resistance, and we know what Black Resistance is, you know? Yeah, and well, the fourth event, we was looking to have it in the rainforest in Claybonny. This is on the 3rd of February. I think Bongo Run, you could
yes, sir.
Come out on the date because the ID flies, you know, and the date don't really stick in my head, so you could put it on. But we have a plan that we targeting a home and 2 schools to bring supplies, because every Black History Month, this is what we do. We bring in supplies to school, like food, real food, because all of our and I are farmers.
Okay.
So we just gather food and bring to schools and home. And this year we are targeting the Kajona home and also the school, the St. Mary RC in Kajona as well. We're targeting these 2 places to bring supplies, you know.
Okay.
In this month, Black History Month, because this is something we always do. We always bring food to the schools and the home to show our appreciation, because we, as Rastafari, we have an organization, Rastafari Organization for Centralization. So we keep working within this organization, bringing food and other things to the homes and the schools, you know. Okay. So Bongo Ruan, just tell upon on the dates.
Yes, sir. All right. Before I do that, is it possible I can circulate the flyer so you can have it in position that it can be shown as well, probably even on the screen so one can see it, but I would still give you an update of the dates.
Yes, we may not be able to do it immediately because I may not be able to access it now, but you can send it to us. We can do it after.
Okay. So yes, what are the plans are using the most of the Fridays. So starting on the 3rd, you're gonna have the 10th, the 17th, and the 24th. The 25th. The 25th will be a Saturday. That's the only one. It will be the final day. It will be we are looking to have it in Fawn Park in St. Patrick. That's Mount Craven, the recreation grounds. So the 3rd, and I are looking to have a holistic cultural event in Claybonny Mountain, up close to the Sulphur Spring. And this will be basically. And I'll be doing engaging therapeutic massage and all this type of stuff. That's early during the day. Then I'm gonna have a lot of ital fruits and vegetables and everything. And in the afternoon time, we're gonna have the cultural part of it. We're gonna have drumming, dancing, poet, lecture, speeches. Speeches on our great black-minded ones that trod before and I. Then on the 10th, and I are looking to in the car park in Grenville, and I'm gonna be engaging with the people in the East, in the same sense of the Black consciousness. Then on the 17th, in front of the Esplanade Mall, and I are bringing it to St. George's, so the people in St. George's could have a taste of what I are doing. And then the final date will be on the 24th, on the 25th in Sutters, in St. Patrick. So and I calling out to the entire public, the entire nation of Grenada to be a part of this. And being a part of this is just your presence. It's just your presence to be a part of these great movements. That is bigger than each and every one of I. So coming together and contributing, it will be our ancestors will be proud of our NI to ensure that we are keeping that fire burning. So we do give thanks.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Thank you so much to both you, Sister Matario and Brother Ruan, for sharing with us today. Please send us the flyer. We do wish you the very best and a successful activity. And your contribution on the commission, the Cannabis Commission, because we know that it's now at the consultative stage where you're doing the consultations, bringing in the experts, and we are hoping that that it would not just be a business venture for Grenada, but that of a shift of culture for our people in truly understanding the religious group. Yes. So thank you so much to both of you, and do have yourselves a wonderful day.
I just want to say last thing.
Sure.
We and I as Rastafari, and I calling on all the races in Grenada. Now is the time to come out and show up themselves, because the legalization of the cannabis, which we suffer for so long, is on. So I calling on all Rastafari, come out and support. Give thanks.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Sister Mataria.
Yes, sir. One more thing. One more thing. Do you have a number I can forward the flyer?
Okay, so I will contact you after, and we can share that information. All right?
Okay, I do give thanks.
No problem.
Thanks. Have a blessing.
Thank you, and same to you. Have a wonderful day, both.
Yes, sir.
Bless and same to you. Thanks very much.
So there we had a conclusion of that interview there with representatives of the Rastafari Organization for Centralization, Sister Motario and Brother Ruan, speaking about the activities for Black History Month. Remember, Black History Month is observed every year in the month of February. So we encourage you to be a part of it. And now with the movement towards the legalization of cannabis, it means that the religious group will be placed under the microscope, and it would also be involved in that of ensuring that the legalization process, with it will come not just being liberal, but also responsibility we will have to take to ensure that at the end of the day, when it is out and about, that people understand that responsibility is key. That's just how it's used. So we will take another break, and when we come back, we speak to representatives from the Celebrations Committee about the Made in Grenada Expo. Remember, that happens on Independence Day at the National Stadium. We will be speaking to Ms. Sherry Noel and also Ernie James of the Ministry of Trade. What will be happening at that event on the day, who to expect there, what you can then plan to go there, not just be a part of the parade, but also be a part of the expo. So when we come back, we speak independence activity.
Gifts of love with Trey, bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with Trey.
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Gifts of love with Trey.
New Me in 2023, coming to Cots Optical today, and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.cotsoptical.com. At Cots Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New Me 2023 with glasses from Cots Optical. Value you can see.
Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. As we did indicate, we are but now we are speaking with our representative from the Ministry of Trade. And we are talking now about the Made in Grenada Expo. Mr. James, good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine. Mr. Ernie James, that is.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Oslin. It's nice to be on your program, and good morning to your viewers and listeners, whether on Facebook or on radio and TV. Good morning.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you. We are very, very happy to have you.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be on.
All right. So independence is quickly approaching. We will be celebrating 49. And with that, we are looking forward to this year to our expo, the Made in Grenada Expo that happens at the stadium on the day of the parade. The parade will be in the morning, so it gives us an opportunity to come out in the morning, be a part, or if we don't want to make the parade, then we can come out in the afternoon to be a part of the expo. What can we expect this year? Remember, it is a return. In the past, we had virtual celebrations. So this year is special for everything that we're doing.
Yes, I agree with you, because the past 2 years we did not have a physical expo because of the pandemic and so forth. And we are looking forward to a bumper event this year, Made in Grenada Expo. We will be expecting a lot of exhibitors there, as usual, because you may recall maybe prior to 2020, we had almost 70 to 75 exhibitors participating, and we are expecting the same amount or even more this year.
Okay. All right, 70 participants. That's quite a lot. What would be the variety? I know normally we have our art and craft people. You almost get everything there. Food, everything.
Yes, it's a combination, because you have, as you said, food, we have agro-processors. And, over the years, we've been targeting our agro-processors because they are key to the economy in terms of their value added to agriculture. So apart from the agro-processors, we'll have like jewelry makers, beverage producers, and even other fashion design and so forth. So we'll have a lot of items on display because, as you're aware, Grenadians are very talented. And once you visit there and you see the quality and the type of products, you will be wowed by it.
All right. What is the overall objective of this event? Because yes, we know it's our nation's independence, and we want to we want to showcase who we are, what we do, our people's talents and so. But from the Ministry of Trade's point of view, what is the true objective of this? What do we want to achieve at the end of the day?
Right. One of our mandate is really to boost exports. And in order to boost export, you have to start from somewhere. And we normally work with the agro-processors slash manufacturers in order for them to develop their products to meet the standard that is required for export. So with having an expo like this, it will give us the opportunity to identify the products, see where we can assist in terms of packaging and labeling, and what other assistance that these agro-processors or manufacturers need, and then we will do target intervention and help them with certain grant funding and so forth for them to develop. And in the long run, they will be able to export and also participate in regional and international trade shows. So that's the whole objective.
Okay, excellent. So now we get the broader picture from that patriotic activity or event that is, that is hosted. How has it been in the past? Have you been able to achieve that goal?
Yes, as a ministry, we achieved that goal over the past few years, because after the expo, we will send out a survey, a questionnaire, so that we can get feedback from the exhibitors about the event. And we also collect information in terms of our visual information, in terms of how, when we view the products, where we think they need improvement. Also, when we sample the products, then we'll do if they need improvement in their content or their formulation. So these are some areas that we looked at, and we also partner with the Grenada Bureau of Standards and even the Ministry of Agriculture in order to help them develop their products further.
To get to the point of February 7th, to get to that day, there must be preparatory activities that happens before. I know the Bureau usually hold workshops and so with some of these agro-processors, some of these entrepreneurs, to ensure that every day they are meeting that standard. When you do it during the year, do you get that sort of participation as we see on the day, people coming out to display their stuff? Not just the business, but that keen interest in wanting to learn and develop what you have.
Yes, we get a key interest because, as you know, we work with the Bureau of Standard in terms of helping them develop their products. We also work with the GIDC in order for them to get certain grant funding. And we just recently had a visit by the Caribbean Export Development Agency, where they identified the areas that they can assist in terms of helping these agro-processors to develop their products, to make them export ready. So yes, we do targeted intervention. We assist them. We conduct training. Even the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, we normally organize training in packaging and labeling and so forth for them.
Okay. This year, how different can we expect this year's activity from the past? You have been gathering data. This is not the first, so it means that we have information that we can work with. How will we be making this year's activity different, especially because I believe that the downtime COVID provided us all, it was time for us to do our introspection, do a deeper analysis, because there was not any active activity. So what will be different from the past?
Well, one of the key things that will be different from the past is that we will see some new products or new exhibitors, because, you know, during the over the pandemic period, you had a lot of persons, you know, entering into small businesses, and even they went and they got registered. Even some of them got assistance during the COVID in order to develop their business and also their products. So we are expecting to see a lot of new entrants into this event, and therefore you will see different category of products, or even, I wouldn't say better products, but you will see the high quality products this time around. So we're looking forward to better products this time around.
All right, wonderful. I know you were supposed to be joined by Miss Noel. I am seeing the link on, but I am not seeing her video or so, and I'm not sure if she can hear us. Sherry Ann, if you are, can you put on your camera, and because we cannot see you nor hear you. So if not, then we would have to continue with you, Mr. James, because I am seeing her, but not the video. So let's continue. What time do we expect the event to start on Independence Day, and going up to what time in the day?
Yes, well, as I said before, we normally partner with the National Celebrations Committee for it to be held on Independence Day. So the expo normally starts at 9 a.m. and runs until 3 p.m. So we are encouraging the exhibitors to come early and set up in order to avoid the congestion when the main event or the celebration starts. So from 9 a.m., they will have their products on display, and the members of the public can come and view and purchase and interact with the exhibitors and even get pertinent information from them in terms of how they can purchase larger quantities and so forth.
Any plans to do another expo outside of our independence celebrations?
Yes, we planning to have 2 other smaller scale activity, which we call buy local. So we will look at maybe 2 venues, one within the St. George's area, and then we will look at Grenville, and we'll have a smaller scale. So we normally call it a buy local campaign, where we target mainly the agro-processors.
Okay.
So we could have them display their products and sell their products.
Wonderful. I think it's great. At least people, I know that people became very, very, well, ambitious, entrepreneurial ambitions during COVID time. So it is good to see that we have now, we're giving them a platform so that they can sell these products. And I want to commend the Ministry of Trade. The information that you continue to collect, I hope you continue to use so that we can develop the product and encourage more entrepreneurs to get involved.
Yes. Yes, that's true. We are encouraging them to get involved and also to get registered in order for us to collect more data. And in terms of registration, because as the exhibitor, you will have to know the process in terms of registering to participate in the expo. So there's a small fee, which been there since it started. It's only $50, and you get 1 table, 2 chairs, or 100 for 2 tables and 4 chairs. And if you want a tent, you can pay either $200 or $400, and you get your individual tent. But that's how it is. So you can call the ministry at 440-2101 for further information, or they can also send us an email at sto@trade.gov.gd.
Wonderful. And that expo will be still at the bottom of the pavilion area, yes? Or will it be outside?
No, this year the event will be at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. So the expo will be on the outside in the car park, but more on the grass area.
All right, great.
Yes.
As I heard you speak of tents, and I think that's what brought it out. If we need tents, then it means that we will be outside.
Yes, we'll be outside. And it's an area that can accommodate more of the exhibitors compared to the cricket stadium on the downstairs area.
All right, wonderful. Mr. James, anything we missed that you want to add? Maybe encourage people to get registered and come on out and be a part and support our local entrepreneurs.
Yes, I just want to encourage all the exhibitors, manufacturers out there to contact the ministry, come in, get registered, pay the small fee and participate. And we also want to encourage the general public to come on out on Independence Day. You know, it's a national event, come to the celebration, and then you can also participate and take a walkthrough and purchase and support our locally made product. It's always good to support locally made product. And Oslin, there's one thing I want to say about these products. When you travel, or when I travel, And especially when I see a product mark made in Grenada out there, especially on the airport, you know, I'm always
Sense of
wowed
pride.
and say, look at my product from Grenada. So I just want to encourage them to make use of the opportunity to showcase their products, and they will get mileage because the event, you know, photos will be taken, videos will be taken, and people all over the world will be able to see the amazing products that we have.
Yes, excellent. That special sense of pride, yes? When you
Yes.
go there and you see them. And what a
Right.
better day to support local on Independence Day when it's all about patriotism, yes?
Yes, I agree
it
with
is.
you.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. James. We
All
do
right, thank
appreciate
you,
your
Austin.
time and coming on out here to share all the information with us. We wish you and the team a successful expo. There are things that we look forward to, we look for on that day, especially the things that we would not find every day. That'll be a bit hard to find, so I encourage the public to go on out and be a part of the Grenada, Made in Grenada Expo this year on Independence Day. So, Mr. James and your team, thank you so much and have yourself a splendid day.
All right. Thank you very much, Oslin, and have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you. And the same
Thank
I
you.
wish you. Have a wonderful one. That was Mr. Ernie James from the Ministry of Trade speaking to us about the Made in Grenada Expo. Remember, it's happening on Independence Day. Our local producers or local entrepreneurs who would want to be a part of the expo, please call the Ministry of Trade and find out what you need to do to register so you can be a part of it. Remember, it will be happening this year at the Grenada Athletic Stadium, so the Karani James Athletic Stadium in the car park. So you know that you will need to call and ensure that they are ready for you when you go there. You have to come out early, so from 10 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the expo will be on. As Grenadians, let's go on out there and support our local products. Buy, purchase, go out there, see what's available. And you can always find out where you can find it after the expo. And that's the aim of it, so that we can showcase what we do make here. And as Mr. James said, when he travels and he sees Made in Grenada on a product, the special sense of pride, I think we all feel that way. Let us continue to encourage this level of patriotism, and no other day or no better day for us to support local than on Independence Day, when we celebrate our nation's independence. 49 years as an independent nation, under the theme, The Journey to 50, reflecting on the past, planning for the future. Let's continue to plan for our future. Build, do what we have to do to ensure that we become the nation that we want us to be. That's where we conclude for this morning. It's now 8:29. To both our guests, we say thank you so much. The representatives from the Rastafari Organization of Centralization spoke to us this morning about their Black History Month events in February. And then we also spoke to Mr. Ernie James, a representative from the Ministry of Trade, Made in Grenada Expo. And I want us, my takeaway from this morning's interview with Mr. James is the objective of the Ministry of Trade in doing this activity. It is meant to ensure that we prepare our local entrepreneurs, especially our agro-processors, that we can meet international standard, as we need to get to the stage where we can export more. But if we have to do so, then we must know what are the standards that are expected from us, from the international community. And that is what the Ministry of Trade, together with the Bureau of Standards, is trying to do through this activity, to ensure that we get our local producers to that standard. So when we send on out there, we can continue to be proud that when we go out there, we see the Made in Grenada label on our products. I think that's what our local producers, our local entrepreneurs are hoping that they can achieve, because this is our market, yes, this is the domestic market, but there's a bigger market out there where we can truly be successful as producers. And I think that's where we want to be. We complain a lot about the import bill, but we need to do what we need to do to ensure that we change that number, we decrease that number by us being able to produce more, so that we can export a lot more. That way we can use what we have, sell, and the returns we will be able to see through the development of this beautiful country of ours. To the team, Elton Sugars, Tanya, thank you so much again. Our guest, again, We do appreciate you making the time to come out and share with us. Our sponsors, we do appreciate you supporting the initiative. We are grateful, and we do hope that the returns you do see. And to all our viewers, thank you for always being here with us. As I always encourage you each day, protect your mental health. Everything you hear and see does not mean that you need to respond to. There's some things you just need to leave alone. Yeah? Not here. Protect your mental health. Be happy today. Happiness is not determined by others. If you don't have it, you cannot give it. Love you first. Help others. That's important. And remember, COVID is not. It is not one thing that have left us all together. It's around. So if you think you need to feel safer, put on your mask. Don't be afraid to wear it. Wear your mask. Sanitize. Do what you need to do. Ensure that our little ones are protected. Because remember, they fall under the vulnerable groups. Our elderly also. Please, let's do what we can to ensure that we keep them around longer. So do your part. Ensure that we are safe. Ensure that you are safe. Then you can extend that to others. Be safe, everyone. Have a wonderful day, please. Motorists, be safe on the nation's roads. Let's keep in mind that we drive for ourselves and others, not just for ourselves. Look out for the pedestrians, and let's do what we can to ensure that we can count everyone. Yeah? So that because we all have a contribution to make. I'm Arcelyn Crosby, wishing everyone a fantastic day. See you again next Tuesday, God's will, when it's going to be the last day in the month, and then we get to welcome February. Have a great day, everyone.
Gifts of love with Trey, bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
gifts of love with Trey.
New me in 2023. Coming to Courts Optical today and enjoy up to 35% off your frames and lenses with flexible payment plans available from 3 to 24 months. Schedule your appointment online today on www.courtsoptical.com. At Courts Optical, our comprehensive eye exam is always free. All major insurance providers are accepted. See in store for details. New me 2023 with glasses from Courts Optical. Value you can see.
Rise and shine.